Up everybody, Cam Bean back again with some more 7 Days to Die, and I think we're gonna get a little further today, because we also had to kind of stop and create the workbenches and all that shit. We're gonna go until this breaks, and then have the which is here pretty soon, and then have the what do you call it? The fucking the concrete shit, the cement. I'll have that be more of it being created in the forge, and I'm gonna pick up a shovel. I'll see if I can one hit with a shovel, and that may be faster. We'll do the shovel until we run out of stamina, and then we'll do the auger until our stamina comes back, and then we'll one hit with the shovel. I think it may be faster. Oh, I may only have one of the grave digger mods. Grave digger mod. I can make it though. But with this tops, we may have to have a steel. It's gonna break here in just a second. May have to have a steel shovel for it to work properly. But with the grass, it may actually have to take 2 hits anyway, so it may be just faster to do it this. But we'll see. We'll at least do it. I think we have that shit ready to go anyway. There it goes. Repair. Speaking of, do I have... Okay, that's the... I'm going to move everything down one, just so I can put the shovel right here next to that. And we still have to put blocks down as well. I think this will be the spot. It's a little further away from my base. And we may have to put it in 2 separate, because there's 2 different types of ramps. There's one that aren't as steep as that. And you put them together. You put one upside down, I think, and one the other way, and it's a less steep ramp, but it takes 2 blocks to kind of ramp up, I think. Okay, so we're gonna take that. That's 15 minutes. We will use that. 15 minutes. 15 minutes. It didn't feel like I was doing that. Oh shit! This ran out of wood. How much wood is in here? What, 700? So about 700. I'll do that. Okay, we're gonna do this, and I just realized it would be maybe easier to do this concrete, because I'll just take this out of here and go concrete shapes out of there, concrete shapes, and it feels like this shouldn't have stopped before like it did that kind of glitch where it like shit in your forges used to smelt while you're doing shit, that it may be that it finished doing this before it was, you know, it finished doing shit before, yeah, after I got done with it at the trader, or after I turned the game off and edited the last video. I'm playing it again. This is like back to back videos for sure, at least 3. Okay, alright, do that. Can of food. Well, I think we'll have enough now, but 9mm. First aid. Speaking of, we're going to go ahead and get that. I don't think we can make the mineral water yet either. We'll get that efficient digestion first, and then we'll completely hydrate. I don't think we can make the mineral water. Nope, not yet. Alright, so that's cooking. That's stone. You still got like 4,000 stone. See what I mean? It doesn't feel like it. You're getting as much, a little bit more. It just doesn't Like, you get more cement out of per stone now, but it just takes longer to make it. We still got some stone and some sand, so we'll do that. Concrete mix, 8 minutes there. This may be the way to do it. Just so it comes out even. Alright, I'm just going to throw that in there for now. Keep that sand and stone in there. We need the shovel. 6 shovel, and then it would be tool mods. Oh, we got gravedigger, so that's good. That will help us with stamina. That should be that, and one more. Actually, what does this do? That? Oh, let's do that. Modify that. Bam. So only does 37 block damage. This does 137. So we'll see. We'll see how this works. We got plenty parakeets. Sounded like there was a zombie. So a horde was already coming. So this will help. We're gonna have to repair both anyway, so we'll use a little bit more durability, but this may help with speed. Yep. We'll have one shot. And it'll help us keep going longer with having to not repair the thing so much. The auger. Yeah, but we are keeping up with it. We're not having to power strike it. By the time we hit the next, we're at like 239 we're at the right back at the top of the stamina, but we're also gaining stamina with the drink, so that'll, I think once that wears off, we'll probably generate a little bit less, but it feels like this is just maybe a little faster. No, but when I do that, that's the fucking bitch. Okay. And maybe this forces me to be a little slower and not having to run around as much like I normally do with Auger, and I'm hitting a bunch of things, so I'm not really breaking a bunch. But we're probably going to, with 15 minutes of the cement being made, damn it, that's what I hate. That's what's going to slow me down the most. We have a decent amount of time where we can just completely focus on this. Don't have to worry about making the blocks. And there's the sun coming out, and the sun's coming out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that some zombies will eat your brain. Oh, I almost fucking smacked you in the face, you dumb bitch. Oh. So now we're at 230, 232. So we'll let it just go down as far as it can. We run out of stamina, and so be it. We'll use the auger for a little bit until we gotta really reload you know, not reload. What's the word I'm thinking of? Refuel. Shit. Quite literally take the same prefix, re, and add what you have to put in the auger. Fuel, you dumb fuck. Okay. And I was hoping it was, and I thought I remembered it being a one strike. A one strike. You know, the block's gonna be taken out in one strike. Now I'm wondering if it's. I don't think it's the same with the iron though. It may be. There. And it's weird. It's like it said it's 130 something block damage. We know this is 250. We have the minor 69er and that shit up, and with the mods on. One of the mods give it to 130 something. So that's what's going to be odd about it. See all those stones back there? That's what we're going to need to cut down here in a little bit, or auger down. Now we're going to cut down a fucking stone. Let's see. So that's still got a little while to go. Still need a level 6 auger though. And I think I said that, auger and the chainsaw. The auger, I'm gonna probably put maybe the fuel tank mod on it, but also I could put the flame mod on it so I can have ambient light. Oh, I forgot I didn't have my light on. How the hell did that happen? Me fucking around with the buttons and shitty dexterity in my fingers. That's how it fucking happened. You know that shit. Okay. Oh, fuck you. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and... Damn it. I wonder if it's actually that much faster. Because it's hit, and then it's hit. So I'm not ready. Oh. It's that animation of digging, and then off. Dig, off, dig, off, dig, off. I don't know if it's that much faster or not. Maybe it just feels it because it's breaking it, you know, instantly. Oh, we're gonna have just so much fucking clay. We might have to throw clay out. Okay. Just going down the line, keeping it even. I just got this one, the drone up right now, just to let me know if something's coming up behind me. That's what I'm always worried about when I dig and mine and shit. Anything coming. But in the mine, sometimes it doesn't feel like it doesn't tell me something's close because we're so far down. By the time it's in the proximity of telling me it's there, it's already like in the mine with me, and I don't get a chance to fucking do anything. And it seems like every day, early in the morning, damn it, I hit the grass again. We're getting the storms coming in. Now, it would be cool. It used to be like this. Like, it was bad with the fog, though. Like, you'd get fog, like, it'd be like 14 or 16, one of those. Alpha 14 and 16, you get fog, and it'd be like 2 or 3 days of fog. It's like, shit. It'd rain, and then it'd be 2 or 3 days of fog, and it'd be some bullshit, and then you finally get a day clear, and you can go, you know, searching shit, and it'd be easier to find shit. Damn it. It'd be easier to find shit on clear days, and then you'd be like, alright, today's the day you need to go out, because, you know, the next day is horde day, you can't really go out and search shit, and then it's all foggy, and you're like, fuck! Make you not want to fucking go. But it felt like maybe it's just I'm misremembering it, but it felt like if you got rain, it would be raining all day. If you got snow, if you're in the snow biome, it would snow all day. Woo, bitch. Ah. There we go. It's about to break. And we may just use the auger until it breaks instead of just reloading it or refueling it. Did it again. Instead of refueling it, and then once we refuel it, and we'll repair this and use this again. I think we'll just use I don't know. It just, for some reason, it just feels like using the auger is, since it's like later game stuff. I should be using it instead of this, and I should be like, it feels like it's doing faster just because the shit's moving more. But it probably not. This is probably faster. We're not power striking. We're doing normal strikes, so we don't. Damn it, we don't have to worry about our stamina. I use this shit. I had to move my hand and it fucked with my mouse right then. God damn it, I hate that shit. Just feels like it should be going faster. I don't know. Like the auger should. Okay, that's broke. And it's just, maybe it's because we're doing this and we're not really breaking it all the way down. And we're hitting a lot, and then we're going back the next time and we're chopping a bunch of them down. Like once we go down this line again, it'll be doo-doo-doo, and you're hitting a bunch of them in a row. And I just got this straight, and I've been doing that again. So like going back and forth like this, like we couldn't really do that with the maybe that's why I couldn't really do the shovel. You have to walk the whole time, so it feels like you're moving slower. And this, I'm moving fast. I'm still hitting shit, and I'm moving around. And I'm like doing a swath. If I did it like the swath with the shovel, just boosh, 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 boosh. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it is faster. Maybe it's not. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Because then you have this is moving faster, but that breaks it in one. So it's, how the fuck? Go. Reload. See, look, it just feels like we just did a whole section there. Like, boom. God. What a fucking pain in the ass this is going to be. Especially having to come back and fill it back in. And I got to look up those ramps. It's the ramps that people used on their horde bases a couple alphas ago, where the zombies couldn't go up them and wouldn't hit them. And I never got to where I used it before they took that shit away and they fucked it up the way the zombies work on that shit. So that's why I wanted to try out the hovering horde base, because that's not what you know, they're probably going to take that away in the next alpha. And from what I hear, there's supposed to be some really like weird different shit for the next alpha. I'm gonna break that. Yeah, so those ramps, I gotta figure out which ones are the ones I'm gonna need. I can't remember the exact name of them, and when I looked up the ramps, I don't remember seeing them. Then maybe they took them out. So to me, it just feels like we're doing more. We're probably not. Probably actually going slower, but it just feels like we're doing more. Because some, you know, as you're coming back, you're hitting the ones that are almost done that you hit before, and then some of them are breaking, some of them aren't, and it just feels like maybe it is. Maybe it is a little faster. I don't know. Maybe like this though. It's almost all new stuff. Go ahead and break that up. I meant to check it, but I think we did check it. It was already broke. Would any of y'all know if that was if the auger is actually a little faster than that one strike a one strike shovel? Because the only thing that makes me pause is because the actual action of the shovel of it, like it has to come in, come back, and then shove in, then come back and then shove out. That animation may make it slower. I don't know. It feels like it is. There's that whole section down. Just a little swath action here. I know we just stopped this from like we stopped doing this to make it even, but yeah, if it just seems like I'm doing more if I stop in one area and just go back and forth. And it could be in my mind too, like sometimes I waste a hit with the shovel on the grass because it takes time for that animation. Now I feel like I'm not hitting the grass, but I'm actually may, but it's with this hitting it so fast, it takes the grass out and I don't really notice it hit the grass instead of the ground. Okay. That. There we go. Perfect. Good. I just want to focus as much as I can. Like, it's already noon, but normally when I look up, it's like 1,500 hours, 1,600 hours. Like, shit. Just try to get as much progress as we can in this one day. Is it me or is that? Yeah, that is fucked up. Good catch, Bean Dip. Good catch. Did it again. Twice. Back to back. That's the downside of using the auger. See, the shovel has the times it hits the grass. That's the time it makes it slow down with the auger, is it's having to stop and then repair the bottom or having to place a block in case you completely broke it. Okay, reload that. Hit the fucking all caps again. Fucking dexterity in my fingers. I swear it's fucking terrible. What makes me jealous of people being able to play the guitar, or even the piano, even more so. Just able to like really fucking move their fingers and shit. Which is why maybe what helped me like I'm trying to think of what sports. Well, like billiards or pool or whatever, you kind of need your fingers to be more dexterous. You know, the way you got to put your fingers in place down and have a pool cube on there and make it rest even or whatever. Like especially hockey, you don't really need your fingers all that much. goalie you do a little bit, but it's like a baseball. It's the glove. You're using kind of the whole fingers together and palm. It's not like they're working in unison, almost in the same direction for the most part. It's not like you have to move in different areas. Well, pitching you do, but I always wanted to be a good pitcher, but it never. I could either throw it really fast and nowhere near the plate, or I could throw it and get it over the plate, but it would be, not slow, but it wouldn't be coming in fast. And at the time, I didn't understand how to be able to put, like, if I had to be, and this is like, not T-ball, but, I can't remember what they called it, where they had the machine where they fucking shoots the ball at you. No, it was pitching. It was pitching because I actually pitched. So that was after the machine. Oh, this is going to be a little faster with the dirt here. When we pitched, it was still too young to understand that about curving the ball anyway. I understand curved balls, but I didn't understand like the technique you needed to do or whatever. I didn't know there were certain things you had to, the way you had to put your finger on the ball and all that shit. And then also the concept of knowing that I'm not going to be able to throw it as fast, that to utilize that I'll be accurate, but that way I can turn into somebody who's going to throw, more curved pitches. And at the time, I think I remember like Little League them saying stuff like they weren't allowing like younger kids to throw curveballs. I don't know if that like fucks your like Tommy John's elbow, that Tommy John surgery shit. I don't know if that really fucks up kids' arms and shit, trying to throw curveballs. But I can swear I remember something like that where they wouldn't allow, they didn't want to have Little League. That's what I was trying to say. T-ball. I was trying to think of there's a specific name for it, but Little League, where they had Little League pitchers, doing maybe not knuckleballs, but curveballs and sliders and shit. But sliders I could probably normally do, just because I didn't always hold the ball correctly like you're supposed to with a fastball, like down the 2-seam or a 4-seam. And I would maybe hold it a little off of the seam, and then it would put a little extra curve on just by the natural throwing of it. Oh my gosh, it feels like there's lag or something. See how that was like making the, oh, that's why it was making the auger skip, like stop and then like start again, but it's because we got the horde.
Incoming enemy. Prepare for conflict.
Fuck you, bitch. That's probably gonna be the thumbnail. You down, bitch. For the count. Alright, let's see here. Well, that's maybe halfway. Like I said, this is going to be a hell of a project. Let's get to the end from here, and then we're going to check on our stone, see if we need to make more cement, and then have maybe more concrete mix being made, and then more blocks being made as well. Any of y'all, I don't know if any of y'all played Little League and shit. Anybody else was afraid of getting hit by the ball? Now, I didn't let it like overtake me or become too much for me, but having to fucking like, are you afraid of the ball? Fuck yeah! Something really fucking hard and heavy getting thrown really fucking fast and hitting me and fucking hurting, putting a bruise or fucking hitting my head and some shit like that. Fuck yeah! Oh, you afraid of a gun being pointed at you? A loaded gun? What are you, pussy? Fuck yeah! Something fucks up. I'm getting shot. That shit hurts. Oh, you're just afraid of being hurt, pussy. Fuck you. course, yeah. Actually, the number one thing you try not to do in your life is to get hurt. I don't want to do this. It's going to fucking hurt. Now, there are some things you're going into the mindset of, it's, this is going to hurt. Or you know that this is what you want to do, and it's going to involve some pain a little bit. Whether it be like lifting weights and you're getting sore or working out or some shit like that. Like, that's understandable. But it's like, going out of your way just to be hurt. It's like, oh, fuck that shit. Okay. Oh, forgot to split that. So it's going to be... Okay, so that's 887. The rest are the same. Concrete mix. Go ahead and do that. 22 minutes. Do that. A campfire song. Oh, should have been a cowboy. Should have been a cowboy. Should have learned to rope and ride. I forgot to take that out and then immediately make the blocks with it. And we need that. Ooh, almost finished that stack of oh, we're gonna put that up because those are almost done. Alright, so that's good. Gonna need to grab a full stack next time because it will be low on it. Alright, here we go. We're gonna go until this breaks and then we'll fill in the rest. We got 20 minutes, looks like. For the forges to keep going, 20 minutes to make the concrete mix that we did make. So as soon as this gives out, we're gonna start placing blocks. We got a lot of blocks already. We may have enough. It'll be close, but well, we're not even halfway, and we haven't even gotten... No, we're going to need that production. And it was the correct decision to put stone in all those forges like that. And double in both input slots. Because that shit is going to be... this is going to be a lot of fucking resources that's going to be needed. And that's going to need to be done more quickly than when I do. Oh, and we need to do it before the fucking horde shows up. So this has to get done before. Now I'm thinking we started next to the horde base, which is the better option, obviously, because we'll probably, for sure, within 6 days, day 77, that we'll probably for sure have it far enough away from the horde base that they're gonna spawn in, and they won't spawn in like under here and then have to go on top of the layer or whatever, like jump on top of the next layer. Now I'm assuming we're probably gonna have this finished completely by then, but the only thing I'm worried about is it not making enough concrete blocks in time. Even though we got 4 forges blasting out. And there's the broken. We're going to take these blocks. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. That was a weird... It had like a yellow... Why is it yellow? Why is it all yellow? And sometimes it gives you the pink like it's going to collapse. And then it does it in odd way positions for some reason. Like, you know it's not going to collapse, but it's giving you pink anyway. You fucking pink eye bitch. Don't look at me cross-eyed. If it didn't have a bad context, I would have made a reference that Ronin 45 Chicken would have loved that. Like a saying of, oh, he's got pink eye. Like, don't look at me cross-eyed. Don't look at me pink-eyed. But he would probably like that anyway. Just think it's funny. So this is probably a good way to do it, is have the auger until it breaks, and then fill in as much of the the blocks that we can. Damn it. And then have it like that's 2, it should be 3. Yep. Watch out, bitch. Feels like if I go the other way, it's easier for me. Like, this feels like I'm gonna double press it like that. Yeah, we'll do as much as we can, and then we'll go back to digging afterwards. That way we're kind of doing both. Damn it. Ooh, I almost misplaced that twice right then. So that way we're kind of two birds with one stone. Cutting, digging shit up and placing shit, replacing it, really. Oh, almost fucked that up. And I just feel like it's probably just as fast, although you're covering more distance. It's probably just as fast, you know, going a row and just going like, ooh, like this, as doing this way, like getting 3 done. But I'm not moving as much. I don't know. Let's get our drink in and our last food on us. Ugh. It just, my ass was hurting me. The ass and titties, ass and titties, ass and titties, and big booty bitches. Okay. We still got a few full blocks to go. We're still 152 left in this, so that's probably going to take us to the end of this row, close to. Well, this row of 3, really. It's like something therapeutic about doing this shit. Like even the dig. Ooh, almost misplaced that. Even the digging and the placing, the building, placing in the building, and the you know, just the not necessarily monotony, but just like the seeing something being built, and it's kind of monotonous, but it's, you know, it's therapy because it's just the constant thing being done. It's just like you can kind of just relax your brain and just focus on what you're doing, not focus on anything else, but kind of clear your mind at the same time. That's gonna fuck us up down the line. That fucked us up right there too. I'll keep that block there. Let me know when I'm getting close to the edge. 1, 2, 3, 1. Yeah, so we had like 20 left or so. Oh, 185. That's probably get us to the edge of this and starting the next row of 3. And like 4 gets a little too much. See, look, that green and pink, like, or that yellow and pink. It's a green yellow, or yellow green. Almost fucked that up. Like doing 4 is like just on the verge of being too long. Like you could do it, but like this is just, I'm close enough. I don't have to worry about doing 4 unless I did that shit. And 4, sometimes while you're moving side to side, you move a little too far back or a little too far forward. I'm constantly thinking about this or that. This I can just, shut the brain off, just focus on what you're doing, and get into the rhythm where you're almost not even thinking about it. And then you ever do that shit? Especially I do that shit with reading. And partly why it takes me a long time to read. I read slow anyway, and I like to picture it like a movie in my head. And so I'll start daydreaming and shit, and then realize, oh fuck, I was at the top of this page, I was picturing what the fuck I was reading, and then now I'm at the bottom of the page. I don't know what the fuck I just read, and I gotta read this whole fucking page again. Fuck, I hate reading. That's everything that goes through my mind at that moment when that shit happens. Damn it. Alright, at least that worked out. I like the way that looks. This little gray piece with the little red and then the white from the sun glare. Now, just realize that paint is gonna be a bitch if we do that glossy paint on here. I'm suggesting if you guys have an idea of like what color you want, but I want a color that's gonna be like a matte looking finish. That's not gonna be shiny and reflective. And it's gonna, because this is kind of bright in my face right now. And that's what made me think about it and think about the reflections of shit, especially that black. Purple may be the way to go. Just make everything purple. Everything's purple. That's actually a Russian saying. Everything's purple. It's kind of like everything's fine, everything's normal, kind of. I think that's the saying, because we had in my French class we had a Russian. Somebody that's from, I don't know if he was from Russia or he was just Russian, but he knew how to speak Russian. He was telling us like 3 is like, they have the number 3 in their alphabet, and then you say it as like 3. And because I remember one day I said something, I was just at work, and I don't know why it came into my mind. I don't remember hearing it. I don't remember somebody telling me that, but I just started saying Katorshka. Don't know why. And then I just said it sometime in my French class or something, and then he was like, "You know what you're saying?" I was like, "No, not is it a real word?" I didn't even know if I was a real word. It was like that fake Russian, you try to fake your way through Russian or a different language. He's like, "You're saying potato." I was like, "Potato?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "I've just been walking around working saying potato randomly." And he's like, yeah, apparently. I was like, if anybody that knew Russian would think I was crazy. This guy just keeps saying potato over and over again. No reason. It's not like there's any potatoes around. He's not like he just ate or eating potatoes or something. Maybe he's a big fan of potatoes. And then the people have the conversation. I'm just imagining people having this conversation back in the day of this cashier saying fucking potato all day, or the whole time they were there. But I remember he was talking to us about how difficult English is, and I brought this up a couple episodes ago, how we don't have to conjugate by gendered words and shit, and so it's a little more unitarian about that kind of shit. And he said English is hard, and I understand like some of it's like you use the same words, just have to use it in a different context, means a different thing or whatever. Okay, but he's like, he was saying that, and I was like, ours is hard. It was like, yours has a number in the alphabet. And I remember my French teacher kind of looked at me, he's not wrong. And he just started laughing. He thought it was funny. I actually went to Europe with him. That was my French club trip. We went to, let's see, we went from Paris down to the Riviera, the south of France, and then we went to the north of Italy, into Rome, North Italy, and then a little bit of other towns in it, like Florence and shit. And then we went to, I know Florence is more in the north, but I'm talking about like like North Italy, like Pisa and shit, and then finished in Rome, and then flew home. It's like I can't. What was it like 2 weeks or seven, like 8-9 days, something like that. It was really good, and it was a trip where it was like everything was paid for. It was your plane tickets, your hotel, and the bus, the charter bus that you took everywhere. And it was like the like a charter bus, yeah, kind of like a tour bus that like rock bands and shit take. It was that was paid for in your the full price. Pay for that. Pay for all the hotels, your breakfast, because technically you got that at your hotel. I think no, I don't think you had breakfast. I think you had lunch and supper. They paid for, and anything else you wanted to eat, or like snacks or some shit, or candies or whatever, or chocolates or whatever, you had to pay for yourself. But like some of the places we went to, like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, they paid for. They paid for our, like we went to Florence, to the is it the cathedral there? We went to some Notre Dame cathedrals, and they had part of the pricing of it was that. And at the time, it was still a good deal. It was so many days, all that shit paid for. You didn't have to worry about travel, driving yourself and shit. And we had a bus driver. I still remember his name to this day. He spoke only Italian, I believe. But we were real cool with it. Like, we couldn't speak a word of Italian. Though we had a girl that spoke Spanish and she kind of understood. But we didn't speak Italian, and we just kind of talked to him, kind of how you talk to people, sort of like broken English, broken Italian kind of thing. Without really communicating much, me and a couple other guys, real cool with him. And he was really good too. Like every time we noticed, he'd come like there's no way he's gonna be able to fit this in this turn and without having to back up. And he'd come close to the walls and shit, but he'd fucking make it every time. So we look, what? He's gonna make it? Look at that! Every time he fucking made it. Actually, one time I was standing at the edge of the street, like we're on the sidewalk, we're waiting for him to do it, and like I kind of had turned my shoulder towards the street. And I said, look, he's not even gonna hit me, and he like just barely brushed against my shoulder. I wasn't like sticking it out into the road or anything, but and then he came out yelling, but people thought it was me, and then we found out it was from this other group, and the people that were accusing me of that, he was all mad and pissed off because they thought he hit me and I wouldn't move or something, and they ran their fucking mouths, and then he from the other group, it was people from that group is what he was pissed off about. Something, I can't remember what it was. They didn't move their shit or something. But he wasn't like like screaming badly or cursing or anything that we could tell. Not in Italian. I could know those words and shit. And so when I found out, it wasn't because I went up to him, hey, can you tell him sorry if I thought he would. He told me like we've been saying he makes every turn or whatever. I didn't think I need to turn my shoulder. He was going to miss me or whatever. Just tell him sorry, I didn't mean anything. And he's like, oh, no, he wasn't mad about that. He was mad about this, part, these people from this group or, these people. And I knew they're from that group. And so I was fucking livid because they were giving me all kinds of shit. And I was telling them, no, fuck off. And I got pissed off. And they had their room was like down the hall. But we were like at the stairs. So like the stairs came up, say, like right in the middle was like the stairs, and then off to this side, on that side of the wall, was the room, door to our room. And actually there's right at the corner piece right here was the door to our bathroom, and then we had a door to the bathroom from inside too. It was weird. But then going this way was another hallway. So we had a long hallway here, our room here in the corner, and then there was a hallway that went down here at different rooms. Same thing over here. It was this room, a hallway at the end, but their room went this way to the right, like ours actually went straight in. Theirs had you had to stop at the corner, turn right, and then go into the room. There was their door. They didn't have a bathroom door like we did on this side. And there was another hallway that went that way. But there was nothing in this. This was like the room. This side of the rooms here, and this side of the rooms for this hallway met. So this was a long hallway with nothing else. And so I walked up, went up the stairs, and nobody. All the groups were already up. Our group was in our room. It was like a bunch of people. The girls were in our room. It was eight. Was it 8 of us? It was 4 boys, 4 girls, something like that. And it was their crew, and all their crew was in their fucking thing. And I went in there, and now I grew up in some hardcore streets. Not like anything like oh, I survived Compton or some shit. But it wasn't easy. And being the, a Ron Howard looking, not redheaded, but just like a howdy doody mug me kind of face, to quote Bill Burr from one of his earlier specials. So people thought I was always soft, and so I always had to get challenged, and I'd fight a lot, street fights and shit. So I don't take too kindly that they're talking all this shit. So I go into their fucking room at the doorway, and I start running the shit down on them. It was them, and they fucked up, and so shut your fucking mouth when you know that shit. And they started yapping their shit, and I get to the point where I'll destroy you verbally, but I get to the point where, all right, I've had enough of this. I'm just going to beat the fuck out of you. I'm going to just beat you the fuck up. And so I'll say, oh, yeah, you fucking talking all that shit. And by that time, the people in my room could hear me down the hallway fucking running the business down to them. And so by the time I started walking in, I walked into their fucking room and got halfway into their room. And the other 7 people in my group, I think it may have been more. May have been 10 of us. So the other 9 of them grabbed me and kept me from going in. And them motherfuckers shut the fuck up. They didn't come out. They didn't fucking try to get up or do shit. They shut the fuck up, and the people from the other tour group. And they didn't say another motherfucking word when some shit came up and tried to say it was me or trying to fucking run shit before they fucking figured out what the hell. And I ran some shit down on them that day. But like I was saying, and at the time, I think it was like $1,600, $1,500-$1,600. Damn it! For all that shit. 1, 2, 3. All right, we're gonna fix this shit. Oh, it's not even. It's only 2,200 hours. It's not quite fully dark yet. It's nearly there. Wasn't that past the Horde night? So how is it not dark, completely dark for the Horde night time? Oh, we didn't even refuel it. Oh, that's a big ass fucking moon. Look at that shit. Now that might be the thumbnail. Because I got the drone right there and the moon. I don't know yet which one I want to do. The action one, because we had one where I wanted to show the progress we made. And I may still do that. Go back to the Horde base and show how far we've gotten. Alright, so we're going to I'm going to pick this a little bit, and it should be able to do 3. Okay. That should be 3. It'll be close to that edge. I want to go ahead and get this first layer away because I don't like to be right against it in case I fuck up and hit up my concrete, and then I gotta fix the concrete and then gotta go back and grab some and waste a little bit just to repair it. It's like, fuck that. I'll just go ahead and take care of it. So this is a little section right here we gotta get rid of. So, and that is 1, 2, 3. Yep, 1, 2, 3. And what's funny is, the group I was with, there was a couple of groups. I think there was 2 from Canada. And I'm into hockey, and I know ins and outs of fucking hockey and shit. And there's one of the hottest girls on the tour with us. I think there was 3 or there had to be 2. I think there was 2 Canadian groups, that other group and our group. So it had to be at least 4 groups, maybe another one 5. And maybe the other one was like an adult one too. So, but either way, and our French teacher was the chaperone and shit. But digress like I always do. She was talking to one of the guys. It was, I think it was the main one that started talking all the shit that I fucking ran that shit down into him and his fucking hotel room. And I don't talk trash. Like, look at how badass I sound. I don't ever start fights. I've never started a fight, but I've finished every fight that I've been in. And I want to believe that the reason why I've never lost a fight is because I never picked a fight. I never went out to try to like cause trouble, do anything. And I try to like de-escalate. Oh man, what a. But I get to a point where there's some shit you can do. Like, no, it's time to fucking go. You're running your fucking mouth. You're doing all this shit. You're Billy Badass. Okay, let's find out. And I just have enough of your shit. So, it was one of the best things. This guy, and he's talking to this girl, and we're all kind of, we're drinking stuff at this little bar right underneath our, we're still in high school, but, you know, allowed to drink, 16 and shit in Europe.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
You fucking screaming bitch. And we had to sign a permission slips to allow us to drink because, you know, you're going to France, you got to experience the culture, and their culture, they drink. And at first we were just drinking wine like you're supposed to. Drink a little wine, eat a little bit of bread with it. And I remember my French teacher telling me I was, you know, doing it properly. But when I first... I'm not going to tell that. I'll just say, like, when I truly enjoyed myself, it was our teacher. We went out. It was her birthday, and to kind of like, I don't remember if we did it as a surprise, but we kind of treated her. We all went out to a La Discotheque and went dancing and drinking and shit. And that may have been the first night that I enjoyed the libations a little too much, or I fully experienced libations. Let's put it that way. And so, but from then on, I can't remember how many more days. It was, you know, the majority of the time we had left in the tour that we did that almost every night. We went to like there's like a little bar or something right at the bottom of the hotel, you know, or just next to the hotel. And like a little, it's not like a restaurant type of bar. It was like just a little, you know, nothing bar, a little music playing or whatever. Well, and this chick, she's sitting at the table, and she's talking to this guy. The guy I was talking about from before. We talked all that shit. And this was after that happened. This was another city, actually. I think we were in Italy both times. I'm trying to, let me see. That had to be... No, we weren't in the... No, we were in Italy. So, but, it was a different town, and so he's talking... And this is Rome at this point. This is towards the end of the trip. We probably only have 2 days left, 2.5, something like that. It's like the first night we're there. I think we had 3 nights there. I can't remember. 2 or 3 nights. So, so he's talking to this chick, and she's talking to him, and then I'm getting drinks. I'm talking to a couple girls from our group, and our group's kind of sitting next to him. We're all kind of, everybody's sort of kind of talking. We're, you know, we kind of let bygones be bygones. Everybody settle down. So, you know, let's just enjoying the night. We're not, you know, we're gonna roll off the water off a duck's back kind of thing. You know, we're not gonna get into that. We're just gonna enjoy ourselves. He's talking to her, and so I'm kind of listening, and she's sitting like to my left. I think I'm sitting right next to her, but I'm kind of turned towards my group, and she's kind of turned a little away from me, like have the like one leg tucked underneath where the foot's underneath the I can't remember the weird name that it's called, like the armpit, the little knee pit, like armpit. I can't remember. Uvula is the thing behind your throat, in the back of your throat. Little boxing bag, speed bag on the back of your throat. What was it? The fuck? I can't remember what it's called. There's a specific weird name for that. The little, like armpit part of your behind your knee. And so she got one foot tucked underneath that, and the guy is on the other side of the table, and the table's maybe a foot long, you know, wide or whatever. and she's talking to him, and he's like into football, and he's kind of talking to her, and they're just bullshitting, and she starts saying something about hockey. So I just I hear that, and it because very rarely do people like talking, and I get in deep. Like I know about trades that this small team that isn't even inside, and like they just signed this person for this much, and they kind of have a salary cap, and they're kind of hurting themselves, and you get rid of this guy, and then picking up this goalie, and he's actually good from the AHL. And, like I was fucking super into it. Just a big hockey fan, so I knew a bunch of shit. So, and really I didn't ever experience any Canadian chicks, and Canadian chicks for the most part are just as into hockey and shit. But I hadn't heard them talk about hockey at all, and I thought Canadian chicks were supposed to be, but this is kind of the first time, so it kind of piques my interest anyway, regardless if it was a chick or not, especially since it's the hottest chick. And they're saying something, and then I kind of turn, I'm listening, and I just kind of chime in, oh yeah, the da-da-da-da-da, and he's, got traded from there, but he did really well, and then now he's, not playing as well, or something like that. Well, I just talked about that trade and where he came from, and then another trade that team had just got as well, or something like that. And it was like one of those times that I felt like a player a little bit, in the sense that I probably wasn't, in the sense that this chick was just talking to this guy. They had been talking for full conversations, and or for full conversation for a while, 5 minutes, maybe a little longer, and like he's sort of working game, sort of just shooting the shit, and then she immediately like pivots in her chair, faces me, and like reverses the way her legs are. So she like puts the leg that was underneath the other knee of her leg, she reversed it and put it on the other side, and completely switched and started talking to me, like completely like turned her back towards him a little bit, and like didn't really engage with him anymore. Me and her sitting there bullshitting and talking about hockey and trades and shit, and she's had a little bit to drink, and I've had a little bit, but I know I'm probably enough to where I'm not the best looking guy, I'll be honest with you. I need that little help from the libations a little bit, just to ease up the tension, especially for me, being a little nervous and shit. But the fact that we're talking about hockey, and I could do that without kind of thinking, so, I could rattle shit off, and I'm not, like, thinking about, trying to say a smooth line or whatever. And I just felt like I can get with this chick. Not necessarily for the bing bang boom, but maybe something. Make it out or something like that. Probably this is my junior year, so I'll be going in my high school year, and I think she was going in the high school year too. Now some of our group was like a year younger than us, so she completely turned that I do. And then I had a homie who's been trying to get with one of the chicks on another group the whole time, and they're doing different shit each time. And he sort of had her, and then he didn't, and he was doing some shit, and then he was like, dude, I got this girl, and we and her about, we're about to go and hang out together right now. And he's like, dude, this girl, I can't remember her name, she's no. I was like, okay. He's like, no, I need you to watch her. I'm talking to this other person, we're up there, I need you to watch her. Some dude was all trying to hit on her or something. I need you to engage with her, not make sure this dude doesn't make any moves or anything, and then I'll come down there and be like, okay. And then I just felt like, dude, come on, man, like I'm having this perfect fucking moment. But I was like, it's like, fuck, all right, I gotta be a good homie. And it's one of my biggest regrets in life, in the sense that when I remember it, I'm like, fuck, I could have seen when that went, because that was one of the very few times that I ever looked smooth talking to fucking girls and shit, or just pulling it off. We still got half durability left on this. I go upstairs, I'm kind of talking to her, and then I get word that the homie that has been trying to get with her the whole fucking time is instead with another chick. I remember if he was making out with her, or he was wanting me to make sure some other dude wasn't getting anything. from this girl, but he was trying to get some from another girl at the same time. And I didn't find that out till too late, and I couldn't, the other girl had gone with the group, and they were already kind of getting done for the night and shit. And I remember being so fucking pissed.
Incoming enemies. Prepare for conflict.
I was so fucking pissed that, and being a little spirited. How about let's say that? I told him I was so fucking mad. I was like, I got this chick and we were doing well or whatever, and he's gonna fuck me over like that. Fuck him. I'm gonna knock him out. He's gonna walk in here, and I was standing by the door, and there's a bathroom. As soon as he came in through the door, like our door was right here. Like if I walked through the door, you took a step. The bathroom door was to the left, was inside the room this time, and then you had our 4 like kind of bunk beds kind of thing to the right. I was standing by the door, so as soon as he walked in, I was gonna hit him with a left, and then with a right straight. So the left knocks him out. The right was gonna knock him out and knock his body into the bathroom. He was gonna sleep in the bathroom on the bathroom floor that night, laying on the bathroom floor. And I was like doing my fucking jumping up and down like a boxer and shit. It's just I did that for 30 minutes waiting for his ass, to the point where they realized Brandon's not fucking playing, and they kind of saw me run that shit down to him, and we had some weird like some brawl happened between these Italian guys when we got to a hotel, and everybody there was like, oh my gosh, and I was like, what do you know? This is nothing. I've seen this shit, no problem. Like, talking about growing up in hard and rough areas and shit. I was like, that's nothing. What are you talking about? Y'all scared. So they kind of knew that I'm not playing, I don't play around. And they went and told him, was like, hey, you better watch out. Brandon's fucking pissed, and he's waiting for your ass to come up to the room. He's going to knock you the fuck out. You might not want to come until we get in. I kind of sort of realized they were doing this, but you're kind of, you're spirited in the moment, so you kind of think you're not really thinking clearly. And they're like, Brandon, why don't you sit down, and he won't notice when he comes in, and you get him up. And I was like, oh yeah, you're right. Or I backed away from the door first, and then they had me like sitting on the bed, and they had me laying in the bed, and they were doing it just to get me, because I'm laying in the bed, I'm waiting especially when you're trying to stay awake is the hard. When you're trying to stay awake, that's the way you go to sleep faster. Ended up passing out before he came back, and I'm sure they fucking waited for me to fall asleep, and then went up there and like, hey, you might want to go be able to come back in. And the next morning, I was still pissed about it. And I remember talking to him. He's like, dude, I'm sorry. And, I should have, that. I was like, all right, And he apologized. And I remember the guys, that other group apologized or whatever. And so, I'm not going to keep a grudge. Like I said, I'm not going to just start fights and be pissed off. There's some unforgivable shit that I'm going to be like, no, fuck you. Don't engage with me. And that's usually where I go, is I just go, don't engage with me. Like, I don't want to talk to you. You did this or whatever to me or whatever. I don't want to talk to you. I'm only going to get mad. We just stay away from each other, and no problems caused. I don't want to cause any drama. We just don't talk to each other. That's fine with me. And that's usually where I get to. And so, and we'll start back next episode inside our base, so we can throw a bunch of the resources and the things, all the resources being smelted and shit. Let's go ahead and start getting that while we're waiting. This is what I was going to do, but I want to drop the resources off to the clay. Let's see our progress. That's not too bad. We're like a quarter of the way, a third of the way. Shit. All right, well, it's a long ass project. So that's gonna be it for now. Ooh, it's 4:20. Whoa! I hate that shit. All right, talk to you guys later. Peace. Oh, that looks nice. I jumped in because I probably would forget to talk about the end of that story. Like I said, we only had a couple more days left in Rome. There may have been 2 more nights, maybe 1. After doing all this, what kind of pissed me off about it was the biggest regret is that I never got another chance like that again with that chick. We kind of talked the next day a little bit, and it was kind of like she didn't remember. It was kind of like that, like the whole like girl like, oh, I was so drunk last night, I can't believe I was with that guy. And so this guy that sort of they want to be with, or they don't kind of care about being with or not, but they, the night took me where the night took me. And I was like, I never had another chance again. And then it was all because I tried to be a good guy and good friend and the bro code. And then he fucked me over with the bro code and didn't reciprocate. So, well, all right, that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace. I'm gonna pause it so it doesn't run off the time. But I forgot about what part I brought it up a little bit where I was talking about I'm not the best looking guy, but what made it great is when she like turned and started talking to me. The guy that I was talking to, one, he was a lot taller than me. He's a tall guy, and he's the tall, captain of the football team, jock, prom king looking type guy, and just went from that to me, and then it was done. And it was the only time that's ever really happened, and to that type of level of guy too, that it was just like, oh, I can't believe that. And in my mind, I could be like, I can't believe this is happening. There's no way. And then I went to where it went. All right, that's gonna be it for now. Finally, I'll shut the fuck up. Talk to you guys later. Peace.
This episode brought to you by JavaWhacked.com, the official sponsor of the Can Bean Dip YouTube channel.